Assalamualaikum, Marvi. How are you?
Walaikum Salam, Yawir. I am good and thank you so much for having me. How are you
Good to
today?
see you. Good to see you as always.
Thank you so much.
Marvi, tell us a little bit about yourself. Uh,
Yes,
where were you born? Which is your city? And how did you get into RepStack?
sure. I'm basically from Islamabad. I was born in Islamabad and I worked a lot of different jobs before RepStack, stuff that has been actually really different from what I'm doing over here. I worked in banking sector. I have worked at S&P Global as a financial analyst and now finally landed in RepStack. So it's been a very good experience so far.
But you've always been in Samba.
Always, yes, forever.
Okay, great,
Yeah.
great. And where did you study from your education?
Well, I did my bachelor's from Air University in Islamabad, and then I did my MBA in finance from NUST in Islamabad as well, East 12 campus. So,
Okay, nice, nice.
yeah,
So you have
yeah,
that financial background. Nice, nice, nice.
yeah. I have a financial background, and actually, I did not really, like when you're like in your student life, you're very idealistic about certain things, okay, okay, I'm this is what I'm studying, so basically, I would definitely end up in a career related to this, for example. And but the truth is that when you actually dive into the business world, like for real in the job market, and you actually start working jobs, I think that is when you start to find out where your knack lies, like what is it that you really want to do. And that is actually when you decide that, okay, I want to go down this path or whatever. So it has been interesting actually, because right now what I'm doing, this is not it's not financial related at all, but it's
Yeah.
fun. I love it so much.
Yeah, but I mean, imagine when I was doing my telecom engineering, actually, whatever what I did, and I never
Wow.
wanted to do it, but my father wanted me to do it. Back in the days, you can't say no to your father, so that's what I did, and even I started my first job in Ericsson as a engineer. But after 3 years, I realized that this is not what I wanted to do. So
Right.
I moved into sales but technical sales. So I had the technical background. इतने थे कि we would have done anything like maths and speech. So,
Yeah.
uh, technically, I wasn't doing that bad. I was doing pretty well actually, but
Hmm.
still, I knew that I would be much better in something which is more about selling and maybe marketing, something like that. So I switched into that, and
Definitely.
then that lasted for 9 years. So yeah, and I really excelled pretty well in that. So it's
Yeah.
not always that you know from day one that what you want to do. Like I
Definitely.
remember in my childhood, my our grandmother, she used to
Yeah.
write on different slips that all right, doctor, engineer, and police and all that. And then next
Yeah.
day, and ask every child to pick one up, and then whoever I would usually cry because I would usually get a doctor, and I would never
Yeah.
want to be a doctor. So, but
Wow.
she was so cute. I remember she would be she had her
Yeah.
problem with eyes, so she was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, please become an eye doctor, and it'd be such a blessing for me and all that." So yeah. So
Yeah.
but, yeah,
I
but you
know.
never know what you're good at you until unless you realize in life.
Exactly.
Sometimes
Exactly.
it comes a little later. Yeah. So
Definitely. Actually, I have a similar story as well. I actually started out with engineering, like pre-engineering. So I studied pre-engineering in my college, and I was just like at that time I was just like so sure that this is what I wanted to do with my life, just because everybody else was saying that this is something, this is a path that everybody is going down, and you should be doing that as well. So basically that was what kind of made me like I don't know, it made me very idealistic, I guess. And I did not really know that this is not actually what I wanted, because once I actually started studying that properly, I was like, oh my god, I cannot do this forever. Like imagine having a job where I have to do this, to make money. That scared me. And then I did not do well either, like in my college, because I wasn't interested at all. So I didn't do well. And I'm actually glad that all of that stuff happened, because it pushed me in the right direction.
yeah, everything happens for the best. I'm a huge believer in that. Whatever has
Definitely.
happened and whatever has not happened, it's for your good. It's for your good. And if you're a believer in
Absolutely.
that, it makes
Hmm.
things very easy for you. Very easy. So,
Definitely,
yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
So, apart from that, Mavi, what do you do in your free time? We all know that you're a hard worker, always focused on work and everything. But I'm sure
Yeah.
you have something that you do on the weekend. And
Yes.
yeah,
It's actually not very, I don't have anything really interesting on that end, but this is just like I'm a very homely kind of a person, So when I'm free, I would either like to, read books, or I'm like usually with my family. I love spending time with my mom or like with my husband. He's my best friend. And we basically do everything together, like going out and, getting things to eat. So that is basically what I really like to do with my free time. I just want to hang out with my family because some people like they get their energy from a big crowd, right? But like for me it's the opposite. Like I feel more charged when I'm with like a very small group of people that I actually care about, like, and I feel comfortable with.
hmm.
So yeah.
So yeah, with me, of course, since we got married, I think me and Nida have been the best friends, and we love traveling. We love doing everything. I'm
Yeah.
sure you see that on Instagram as well. We're
Yeah.
literally every morning, 11 p.m., 11 a.m., we are at a coffee shop. We sit there every day, literally for hours, for a couple of hours, then pick up children from school and then go home. So
Yeah.
nothing beats it if you're enjoying your spouse's company. And
Hmm.
although on the other hand, my take on I enjoy big crowds as well. I really,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
uh, I'm always enjoying that. So it's I do both, but I'm
Yeah.
sure you like shopping or some those things or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
you do.
interesting.
Yeah, no, I'm asking you. Do you enjoy shopping or not?
Shopping? Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it so much. Like I find it therapeutic actually. So I I feel like maybe that's true for every woman out there, possibly. But yeah, I love it so much. I feel like it can always like put me out of a bad mood, honestly. Like I just love it. Even if I don't actually buying something, like it's not necessary for me to actually go out and definitely buy something every time. But
Yeah.
like even like just going out and just looking at people and people just going about their business, like I find that enjoyable as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and people watching is a proper, thing in Europe at least, because you would
Uh-huh.
see in even when they're shooting in European cities, you would see people, all of them sitting towards
Hmm.
uh, the outside of a restaurant. Like everybody's sitting on the
Yeah.
same side and looking at people. So it's like equally people watching. So,
Yeah.
but here
Definitely.
to do that, it'll be such a, what the hell, people are sitting, you're staring at us and all that. People watching is a huge thing in Europe. So
Yeah.
I really enjoy it. Then whenever I'm there in those cafes, it's very nice,
Yeah.
and nobody minds it. So yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
So you have kids, Marvi?
Kids?
Yeah.
No, I don't. I don't have kids yet.
Oh, you don't. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So that's
Not
that's
right
why
now.
you're so focused, huh?
Yeah. Definitely. Maybe.
And what
It
does your
allows
husband
me
do?
to.
What does your
My
husband do?
husband, he's in the Air Force actually, and
Oh, nice.
right now he's a flight lieutenant. And we actually recently got posted out. Like I've had basically two postings. The first one was in Karachi, and the second posting was in Camera. We stayed there for like a year and a half, maybe, and then now we are basically like we're going to move to Quetta. So my husband, he's already in Quetta, and we're like waiting for an accommodation when I can actually finally move as well. So it's
Oh,
really difficult, yeah,
I'm
but
sure, man.
it's
I
part
mean,
of the deal.
salute to
Yeah,
people who are always traveling and moving around. Actually, not traveling. Actually, basically,
yeah,
we're moving around. We've been in
exactly,
the same house for 16 years, and we don't want to move just because
absolutely. It's so
moving out
difficult.
is
It's the
crazy.
hardest thing. Like picking up, it feels like every time we get posted to a particular place and like we're just getting settled. And
Hmm.
as soon as we get settled, like it's just time to move again. And you have to basically uproot everything. And it's especially harder when you have kids, it's even more harder with them because, then kids have school and like you're not uprooting yourself, but you're also uprooting your entire family. So it's actually very, very hard.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's the life. Yeah.
Something that I cannot even think about.
I know it's hard. I couldn't think about it either before I got married because my father he's in the government. He's a government officer, and like I've not really had any close contact with anybody who's in the military. Like I don't have any cousins who have been in the army or in the air force. So, at first it sounded like wow, this is so much fun. It is fun as well, but it has like this very difficult aspect of it as well.
I'm sure. And you will see the difficult aspect in Quetta, I'm sure. But
Yeah.
yeah, but
Yep.
as long as when you know it that you have to do it, then there's no other option. So you might as well.
Definitely. Exactly. You just have to take it with a smile because like it is what it is, and it's
Yeah,
like I think it's totally up to your attitude, like how you take these things because
yeah.
like I think you can make anything into a positive or a negative experience for yourself. It depends
Yeah.
upon your mindset. It's a mindset
Yeah,
game.
you can whine about it as much as you can, but at the end of the day,
Yeah.
that's what you have to do. So you have to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember I used to go to Lahore. I was working in Lahore for like 2 years, and
Mm-hmm.
every Monday morning I would wake up at 4 o'clock to get the 5 o'clock bus and be in the office around 9:30.
Wow.
So it was really terrible. Where people were like, "Wow, how can you do it, man?" And in those
Yeah.
2 years, Marvi, only one weekend is when I spent that weekend in Lahore. That's it, because I
Wow.
had work on that weekend. Otherwise, I
Mm-hmm.
would be in Islamabad every weekend because these where you have friends and you have family, you want to go back to them. So
Hmm.
yeah, so
Absolutely.
for others it's really difficult. Oh, you're
Yeah.
crazy! You come back every Friday, you go back on Monday morning. But I slept throughout on my those Daewoo
I
trip.
know.
Yeah,
It's really hard. And Yaver, I know a couple of people who are like, I feel like people these days are like so ambitious, and I love that so much. Like, I have a friend that I can think of right now, and she has this really nice job. She's an engineer, and she has a kid. So every day she travels all the way from DHA, I think. She comes all the way to Islamabad to drop her kid off at her in laws, and then she goes all the way back to go to her work. And she's been doing
oh
that for a
wow,
year now.
oh wow,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, where do you get this sort of energy? And she's like, you gotta do what you gotta do. And like, yeah,
And
I
that's not an
understand
easy
that.
drive. That is a crazy drive. That
That's
yeah.
very crazy. I know it's really hard to travel from this point to all the way to, DHA. It takes forever. It takes so long. I don't know how she does it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Marvi, how does your day look like? Like, what time do you start, and what does your regular day look like at work?
My like my RepStack experience
Yeah,
mean
yeah, yeah.
it's been really really amazing. Basically, I was hired about I think 7 months ago. I was on boarded with RepStack. And then I spend, the usual amount of time that you do an RSA, train as an EA. And then I got an interview with Athar, and he hired me, fired me. Oh my
Oh,
god, oh my god, that's ominous. He hired me as his EA, and it's been really amazing because this job is so cool because it's like there's no predictability in this. Like
mm,
every day there's like something new that you have to do. Every day there's like some new challenge that you have to figure out that, oh, how do I do this. So
yeah.
that's actually it's been a lot of fun. I've
And
learned
then
a
you
lot.
have
I've
this.
learned new things.
I'm sure you know more about Athar than even his wife now, because
Yes.
doing all the stuff
I
that.
feel like that. I
Yeah,
feel that I know everything. I know so much about him. Definitely, that's how it is. Yeah,
and that's it's
absolutely.
a good learning. I'll be honest. It's a great learning as well. You get to learn
Yeah,
about different aspects.
definitely.
Yeah.
Because honestly, like before being an EA, I did not really do a lot of things that I'm doing right now. So I actually
Yeah.
had to train myself for a lot of the things that I'm doing. So basically, like you do get this particular set of trainings that you get in RSA, right? But
Mm.
then when you actually start working the job, I think you're like in a better position to understand that, okay, maybe I need to get trained on this thing as well. Maybe I need to know this particular software as well. Like
Mm.
it gives you an idea, where you want an improvement basically. So I feel like once I started doing this, I like saw the need for a couple of more things or softwares that I needed to learn and understand to do my job better, and I did those as well. So before this, I don't think it would have been even possible. It wouldn't even have struck my mind to, actually learn these things. But I did. I learned it as part of the job, and I'm so glad that it has added so much to my skill set. Like I have like an entirely new skill set now, so that's really
So
amazing.
what softwares are we talking about?
So I'll just mention a couple. Descript, for example. Descript is usually what we use for all of our RepStack stuff, like our marketing team. They use Descript for editing videos and reels and any sort of video content, basically. So it was like really complicated. I found it to be a little bit complicated at first when I started using it, but as soon as I got like more, I guess I don't know, I just got more comfortable with it. So that is something. Yeah, that's actually really cool. Actually, it's a very good software. It can help you with editing videos and reels, and can do so much for you. So that was one amazing thing that I learned over here. And I
Awesome.
also wanted to learn GSL, but honestly, I did not get the time to do that. And like for me in my particular role, I don't really have the need to do that anyway. So I did not really focus a lot on that end.
Awesome. Awesome. And
Yeah.
what time do you start, Marvi? What time? What does your day look like usually?
My day basically, as an EA, I have like this. I like to go about things in a particular order. So, like when I sign in,
We
I
know
just
that.
like to look at,
We know
yeah,
that. In an order,
yeah,
I'm really impressed by your the way you
yeah,
do
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Exactly. So, like, you have to follow a particular order. Like, you're looking at email, for example, and then you check social media, and then basically just take your day from there. But, like, in my case, I usually get a lot of things, like, a lot of tasks that I get, I have to kind of prioritize them. And then I just do them on the basis of their urgency. So, like, whatever needs to be done first, I would do that first and, just kind of make a list of whatever it is that I have to do based on how important those things are. So the list changes. Like it's not like it's a constant list that I have to follow on the daily basis. It just changes. So it depends upon the day, basically. Yeah,
Awesome. Awesome. Marvi, we're limited on time. Otherwise, it's always great talking to you. Uh, and it was
definitely.
a pleasure talking to you. And congratulations on becoming the Employee of the Month.
Thank you
And
so much.
so hope to see you soon. And
Yeah, for sure.
before you leave for Quetta, we'll definitely have a lunch or
Yeah,
dinner. All right.
awesome. Thank you so much, Yavar. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for coming. Bye bye.
All
Take
right.
care.
Bye.